My parents are forcing me to get married to my cousin. What do I do? You know how the old joke goes, right? There's a husband and wife, they're getting divorced and they're at the court, and then they come out of the court and, you know, he's kind of looking down and she's, you know, all emotional and crying her eyes out. And he turns to her and he says, hey, look on the bright side, at least we're still cousins. Astaghfirullah. That is not funny if you are facing this situation right now. But it's funny because, to be honest, as someone from my culture, the South Asian culture, we know about this very well. It's something which is absolutely permissible. Our culture does it a lot as well. It's something which is very, very common. And it's not something that we need to be ashamed about. Don't let any external ideas and theories which are unproven be there to try and make you believe that somehow you're doing something from the devil's spawn. It's not the case. But at the same time, if your cousin or the person that your parents want you to marry is someone that you do not want to, you don't have a connection to, you're not even being allowed to see, or some weird behavior, or you were given away when you were 3 years old, and all the usual cultural nonsense that we have to put up with, and that's a real problem. I just want to make it clear that we mustn't always look at a difficult situation, and of course, because it's marriage, it's the rest of your life, and it's something about compatibility, but we don't always have to look at it in a negative way. We don't always have to look at it in a defeatist way. There are ways, of course, to be able to convince our parents, a methodology which I cover in detail in Protect This House. It's not something for a short answer here, that will allow you to try to influence your parents. It's an art to be able to influence your parents, and not only is it an art, but you need to deserve to be able to be given the right to influence your parents. Okay, if you are influencing them to the wrong decision, you're not the righteous type of person, then we don't want that happening. So, and likewise, also there is a detailed fiqh behind the issue of whether a person is commanded to marry or not. So a girl, for example, she can make a complaint if she is not happy with the choice of her father for this person that she's being told to get married to, her cousin. The husband, of course, doesn't need to obey the parents either. So it is actually permissible. If you want the short, easy answer, then you don't need to get married to your cousin. Okay? Neither does the boy and neither does the girl. The girl has a right to be asked, and she should see and know and be aware, and the boy doesn't need permission either. But do you think that's really the answer? Do you think the answer to these difficult scenarios should just be, to get the fatwa to say no, or rather to actually understand why your parents want that and try to work with them so that they're happy and you're happy? What about actually trying to get their expectations and move those to a person that you can choose? So there's a lot more to this issue than just simply halal, haram, yes, no. But this should be enough for now.